Hello, darlings. You're welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Today, we dive deep into Samar's death, the truth behind his murder, and his restless soul's quest for justice. Let's get into it. It all begins during the girls' road trip, where Samar's spirit visits Anupama. Anupama asks him if he has returned, saying she knew he was around. She admits she is tired of waiting for him and praises him before breaking down emotionally. Samar tells her that he always misses her and compliments her, saying she still looks beautiful. Anupama replies that she looks beautiful because she is Samar's mother. She shares that she sees Samar in Ansh and reveals that Ansh is going to become a father. Samar gets excited. Anupama tells him that she no longer cries and proudly talks about winning a dance competition. Samar feels happy for her, but Anupama confesses that she still hasn't been able to move on from his death. Samar tells Anupama that Rahai loves her deeply. Anupama replies that Rahai is very angry with her. As their emotional conversation continues, Samar reveals that his soul is not at peace because his murderer is still roaming free. Anupama is shocked and asks what he means. Samar tells her that she did not come to the village without a reason. Later, Anupama bumps into Prakash's car. His driver speaks rudely to her, and Anupama questions him for driving carelessly on such a narrow road. The driver mocks her and asks if she plans to teach him how to drive Prakash's car. Anupama insists that he needs to learn a lesson about road safety. Sarita apologizes to Prakash on Anupama's behalf and takes her away. Meanwhile, Anil tells Parag that Gautam has committed fraud. Parag says that Ansh might be able to help fix the situation. Vasundhara questions their trust in Ansh and says she still believes in Gautam. Parag wonders how she can still trust Gautam after everything that has happened and insists that Ansh will handle things. Vasundhara argues that instead of giving the business to Prem or Raja, Parag is trusting Ansh, which she believes is a mistake. She warns that one day, because of Ansh, they will be forced to beg in front of the Shahs. Ansh overhears the conversation and Parag apologizes to him. Sarita asks the ladies if they want tea. Some village women try to take pictures with the dance queens, but their husbands get offended. Sarita tells the women to obey their husbands and reminds them that Prakash has instructed everyone to treat men like gods. Anupama is shocked by this statement. Tadia confronts Sarita for stopping Prakash's car earlier, and Sarita apologizes to him. Ansh asks Parag if he agrees with Vasundhara's thoughts. He says he values family more than business. Parag reassures him that he trusts him completely. When Prem cuts his finger, Parag becomes restless. Ansh misses Samar and Dimple, and Parag emotionally asks Ansh to call him father. Ansh becomes emotional. Tadia informs Sarita that Prakash wants to honor the dance queens. Sarita assures him they will attend. Everyone grows curious about Prakash. Tadia describes him as a godlike figure, claiming that villagers don't go to hospitals because Prakash heals people with his special powers. Anupama expresses concern about the villagers' blind faith, but Sarita reassures Tadia that they will come. Tadia adds that Prakash has sent vegetables, fruits, and essentials for them. Rahai is stunned when she recognizes the man who had harassed her at the restaurant. Rahai reveals that Prakash's men visited the house the previous night. Sarita insists that they cannot accuse Prakash's men of wrongdoing. Preet, Devika, and Rahai recognize the same man who misbehaved at the restaurant. Mahai asks Rahai if she is sure, while Sarita continues to defend Prakash's men. Anupama says she believes Rahai and decides to confront the man, but Sarita stops her and makes her promise not to say anything. Tadia whispers something to Sarita, after which Sarita claims that Prakash will deliver justice if his men are at fault. She praises Anupama and adds that Prakash can cure Devika's illness. Devika dismisses superstition, saying that if God has destined her to be saved, doctors will treat her, and if death is written, even God cannot stop it. Anupama tells Sarita that she may believe in superstition if she wants, but she has no right to force it on others. Later, Devika speaks with Jaya, who reminds her of a promise and asks her to take her to the picnic. Devika becomes emotional. Anupama tells Devika that Samar's presence is around them and that he wants to convey something. Devika admits she feels the same. Anupama then shares that Samar's soul is not at peace, making Devika question if it is true. Anupama begins to suspect a connection between Samar and Prakash and grows restless. The group reacts when they discover that the gas cylinder is empty. Pakai questions Sarita for not arranging a replacement. Sarita says she had no idea it would run out. Leela suggests fasting, but Pakai refuses, and Kayati adds that Prarthana cannot stay hungry either. Anupama suggests cooking on a stove instead. As they discuss cow dung and its importance, Anupama grows emotional and admits she is missing Samar. Perry prepares a Navratri banner. Sarita talks about making Rangali as a family tradition. When the network returns, Rahai, Perry, Mahai, and Mita call their husbands. Anupama suddenly feels like someone is watching her and gets startled. Elsewhere, Hasmukh feels pain and assumes it is acidity. He takes medicine and tries calling Ansh and Paratosh, but Paratosh ignores the call. Later, Vasundhara sees Ansh with the Katharis and assumes Anupama cleverly married all her children into the family. Meanwhile, Hasmukh collapses. The women dress in Marathi attire and Gulabo takes their pictures. Samar's spirit urges Anupama to gear up. Sarita talks about the puja and Anupama reminds everyone not to be late. They are stunned by the grand Navratri celebrations at the temple. Preet remarks that even city celebrations don't match this. Sarita praises Prakash's generosity. Villagers stare at the women and some take pictures of the dance Ranis. Bardi and Preet feel uneasy. As they queue for blessings, Sarita insists they follow the village rules. Devika wonders who Prakash is that Sarita fears him so deeply. An old woman bumps into Anupama and shares that she came seeking Prakash's blessings to fulfill her wish. Samar asks Anupama to help him find closure, saying he cannot rest until he does. Suddenly, Samar disappears. Rahai also sees him and both grow anxious. Anupama worries about the closure Samar is seeking. Meanwhile, Ansh celebrates a win with Parag, who tells him that when a son wins, the father wins too. Ansh later notices missed calls from Hasmukh and grows worried. A doctor informs them that Hasmukh's ECG is poor and his leg is fractured. Ansh regrets leaving him alone while Paratosh claims he was busy. Parag decides to stay with the Shahs until Hasmukh recovers. The villagers welcome Prakash grandly. He stops an elderly woman from touching his feet, saying a mother should not bow. Sarita introduces Anupama to Prakash, who praises her for empowering women. Anupama humbly responds that the women were already talented. Prakash announces a special honor for the dance Ranis. Elsewhere, Ansh and Prem find Hasmukh unconscious. Prakash begins his rituals as people seek his blessings. When a woman asks him to cure her daughter, Anupama notices the child has a high fever and insists on taking her to a doctor. The villagers oppose her, defending Prakash. Anupama confronts Prakash, accusing his men of trying to harm Rahai and Mahai and demanding justice. She challenges him to punish his own men. Prakash pretends to take a stand against his men, earning praise, but warns Anupama not to dig too deep. Anupama realizes that Samar's murderer is connected to Prakash. Later, she tells Rahai and Devika that she believes she came to the village for one reason, to seek justice for Samar. That's a wrap, fams. See you in the next. Much love.